A very welcome and thanks a lot for joining this next part of the activities and listening to Continental. My name, Helmut Matschi, member of the board for the division Interior, dealing with information management. When we look on the aspect what's up beyond buttons and levers, then everything started already with telematics units 1996. Meanwhile, 30 million of telematic units on the road from our side with a lot of approaches on the whole connectivity area. Of course, we've made up our mind. How will the world go on? And this was therefore the point that we elaborated what will be up there with all different scenarios. We investigated in scenarios where a lot of activities are there in very prosperous times. We also did look up what would happen if there are scenarios where in the future industry recessions would be there. And then we looked them up, as you see them all here on the slide. All of them did lead to us for two common denominators. One thing is that towards automated driving, the HMI need to be seen in quite another, a much more holistic way. And the second one was that connectivity also will be up there in a much more holistic approach. Why is it on that basis? Because on the one hand, for the possibilities to exchange information is in a much better manner, but also on the other hand, the tremendous demand to exchange the information this way. And when you look towards automated driving, which is coming in either scenario, then it will be the point that there are at least the two modes, once a driving mode, but also a monitoring mode, that the HMI need to be seen totally different. I think this we also have heard from Michael just in the presentation before. Now the question was for us how to provide an answer on an architectural basis towards this. Continental is known as a company doing products, tires, electronics, rubber products, all along there. But what we see so clearly is that with HMI and connectivity, it's not only about products, it is also the way to move forward towards services, permanently, seamless, and secure. How do we do this? So we have said we need to prepare ourselves on a new set for the vehicle EE architecture, so that it will be a fully connected architecture, and that one will be used at the different car manufacturers around about 2020-21. On such a basis, it is all out there as you see it up with different components. In addition, it is the work on the preparation for the infrastructure. And this is then when the various elements for the cloud come in, the servers, the links towards this. And then it is the question how to bring those things together. And this is why it is so important to think about software. Because software will bundle, on the one hand, all these things necessary for the car-centric view, which leads towards products, but also towards the user-centric view, which is then elaborated via services through the cloud. In this way, we did look how to come forward on this basis, and so therefore there is the clear development on all the components for these aspects, which are then telematic units, body controls, but then combined products of instrument clusters and head units together. Intelligent antenna modules are new type of products which in standard cars are not visible currently. This is what we do by ourselves. On the basis looking towards the infrastructure, we do a lot with partners, because when I always say a cloud weighs at least 2 tons, then it is not only about the servers which need to be set up, being maintained and all those things, but also what about the way to prepare the services, even down to the microservices, to come clear with all the app bases. Partnership does make a lot of sense in this approach. How to bundle it with software. And so therefore, you might remember that Continental integrated bought Electrobit, but integrating it in a manner into the Continental that it is a standalone company. Standalone in the basis on software, standalone looking for outside customers, and this concept does help a lot and is providing this umbrella for us when it comes to navigation software integration, when it comes to HMI tool chains and things on this, but also when it comes to cybersecurity on this basis. Special software is also there for automated driving, the Electrobit Tresos, and this is not only used for Continental, this is also sold to the complete market. With that, on the component side, in the vehicle, this is leading to all these products, to all this nice visual appearance, haptic appearance in the vehicle, and also augmented reality playing a major, major role. This is the reason why we develop such a lot into head-up displays, because augmented reality can be the best realized in augmented reality head-up displays, and on that basis providing the information directly on the spot on which bumper the car in front the system is triggering, what about the lane detection, and on that way we're preparing all this trust towards automated driving. When looking towards the cloud, then this is on this basis that within Continental, we stated last year that we are also setting up an own Continental.cloud, and since the second quarter of this year, it is realized and running. We are already generating right now out of that not only data internally for Continental, but also already with other customers, non-OEM related customers, more in the service and in the maintenance aftermarket industry. And on that basis, also these aspects are running. So you see from products moving towards services as an addition. On the component side, the strongest element, what we are having right now is this merge of instrument clusters and head units. Everyone did talk the last years already about those things. We've seen also several attempts how that one is running. And right now, when you are in Hall 5 at our booth there, then you can see this exhibit where on the target hardware, it is already realized the full functionality of those two aspects in one electronics, in a basis that through a high-performance computer base, right now we run 3 operating systems on it, so that we can do the proprietary functions of the instrument clusters, but also that Android or another operating system is running on it for all the infotainment aspects on one hardware. So the former times that an instrument cluster was a separate product, a head unit was a separate product, is over. The architecture is set in a basis that also different hardware can be used on bottom. So therefore, different chipsets are also possible to be used. The independency of exchanging software and hardware, because cycles are different, and to be used in that manner. And how could I state the best that this is really a big step forward was because one CTO of a competitor of us has been there for several hours, bringing also his people, another competitor being there, bringing his managers, doing all the photos of that part, and this was very clearly demonstrating that with that, we are a big step forward towards holistic HMI and holistic connectivity in that basis. With that, let me give you a little bit a glance what we think how the future could look like. When we look into a cockpit around 2025, then it needs to fulfill those functionalities for automated driving, but also for active driving by itself. And as we've heard from Michael before, that the whole cockpit could become displays. We are even would say displays and morphing surfaces. It will be that the surfaces around there look very uniform, very clear. And with electric impact, we can bring morphing buttons, just being there for a certain point when switches are needed. You touch them, and then they will be gone. The display will be that the windshield will have a very large size head-up possibility in order to use augmented reality towards its extremes. You also see that the side windows are becoming translucent displays with information what is going on. The technology we exhibit already right now at our booth. You can see this in detail there. Clear that seamlessly that change need to be there once we are in an automated driving mode. Bringing the steering wheel off, good that this is done by some other guys. That's a big challenge. And then you see what's up there. The windscreens can change in a manner to prepare it for the best. Other needs are suddenly there for us, either monitoring a system or doing the information exchange. We see as the tablet was moving from the right side right now to the left side, where we can answer any kind of an information in a pretty good manner, and very clear multimodal, either via touch or also via speech, as we have heard from Nuance before, in the way how this one is going forward. If you would like to experience those things as we think about these thoughts in detail, about all those elements right now there, you can visit us. You will get here the three-dimensional glasses on that basis and have that view that you can experience this cockpit 2025 by yourself, looking forwards towards automated driving. It is prepared in such kind of a mock-up so that then the glasses are doing its job there and providing you the full information on the spaces. So you see, with all the new functions, what usually happened in a vehicle was, at first, a new function got a new button in order that everyone sees what about the functionality. We also saw that connectivity needs to go towards the seamless way, and not only via wireless LAN, cellular, the different Bluetooth possibilities, but also satellite of a strong importance is bringing us forward. And on that way, we are a step forward, not only with the buttons, but beyond buttons and levers. With that, we would like to go forward together as the overall industries on the vehicle side with products and services. Thank you very much for your attention.